What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Bastion. Alright, let's jump right into it. Whee! Burststone Quarry. Shard detected.
Imagine everything you'd need to build a city like Caelondia.
Oh, my face.
It takes hard work and planning, and it also takes Burststone Quarry. The Ura tunnels beneath the quarry must have softened the blow from the calamity. We bought the whole place from the Ura on the cheap. Same goes for its natives, Rattletails. Why would the Ura put up with those pests? Rattletails ain't the worst of it either, but more about that in a little bit. The quarry came with a lifetime supply of windbags. Windbags smaller than the naked eye can see are nesting in those rocks. But there was even more to it than that. Not only are these rocks a source of life, we found that the oldest ones remember things. They're recording everything, all the time, taking it all in. No wonder all those beasts were drawn to the quarry. The rocks were calling them. Keeping the quarry free from pests turned out to be a problem. Rattletails kept tunneling in to snack on windbags. Without those windbags, the quarry might not have its special qualities. Even stink eyes started taking root in here. Now, why would the Ura sell off such a fascinating place? The Ura always were a superstitious lot. Might be the gods told them the quarry's bad news. On top of that, you know the Ura hated anything above ground. Might be the quarry just got too much sunshine for their liking.
Whee!
In any case, it's fair to say the quarry was a godsend. Those rocks, all polished to a mirror sheen. The largest ones, you know as cores.
Eh?
The smaller ones, we call them shards. The shard's got a fraction of the core's power, enough to fuel a voyage to the motherland. Well, now the quarry's all dried up. These rocks are much too young to be of use. Remember how I said rattletails ain't the worst thing in the quarry? That honor goes to a beast we took to Colin, Sir Lunky. Massive thing stomped many of our boys. We just couldn't get rid of him. The only thing harder than the rocks in Bastion Quarry is Sir Lunky's head. His big fat rump's plenty tough too. So is the kid. We never could get stubborn old Lunky to leave the quarry alone. Then the kid hears a voice calling from down the hall. "Are you all right?" it says.
What hole? Oh, I didn't see this.
It's him.
It's you.
"I've come to warn you," he says. "The Bastion is under siege. Let it fall. You should not go back." Kid hears him, but he ain't about to be deterred. "If that's the way it is," he says, "then I won't stop you."
Not that you could if you wanted to.
Because my countrymen will.
They'll try.
Say what you will about Zulf, but he's a man of his word. His countrymen don't much care for pleasantries, though. Too bad for that. Zulf showed them the way here, and here they came to take revenge. They got inside the Bastion and shut the door. Kid's gotta go in through the back.
Fine.
I should have told him sooner about all this.
Whee!
Unfortunately, they broke in, and they started digging their holes. Something wrong sprung out of those holes, and it's eating away this place. We tried to stop them, but we needed help. Squirt, you don't make it.
No, they killed Squirt.
No way out of this. Not without a fight.
That's cool, but where are they?
Somehow, some way, he sends those Ura packing. Problem is, it didn't matter. Zolf's plan worked. We find each other as the dust settles. Then I tell him why the Ura came. To get us back. For the Calamity. It was Caelondia's master plan to wipe the Ura out. But part of that plan backfired, didn't it? If only Zolf knew the whole story. What were we to think? They must have got her, taken her back to her rightful home. The shards can put this disease in remission, but there's only one cure. We need to finish what we started. The arsenal's complete, in case we need protection. Now all we need is one last shard.
Oh, one last one?
The Brushers, they moved in shadows, but the Calamity found them. The Sanctuary. If we can build, we can rebuild.
Still don't have this last weapon.
The Ura swooped down from the east. At least now we know the way.
Urzindra Gate.
One last shard. It's all we need to put this mess behind us. And mother, what a mess it is. A mess like that could have only been made by hand. Zolf said the Calamity failed, and he's right. The Ura stand as living proof of that. At the heart of the Calamity was a simple idea. We never wanted to go to war again. Wanted to rule it out. We put a lot of folks against that problem. Scientists, soldiers, spies, even me. We sought solutions far beyond the city. We traveled near as far as the kid's going right now. Most of our efforts didn't bear fruit. Then there was a breakthrough, but it didn't come from one of our people.
Take me
It came
away.
from an Ura, a brilliant young scientist named Ven.
So he's blaming us for the calamity
Ven
when it was
worked for
their
the
idea.
Lancers, the sharpest knives in the city's drawer. With his help, the Mancers devised a way to seal the Ura tunnels shut in a flash. Just like that, every last Ura living in the Tassel terminals will be gone. This discovery was never to be used, they said, except as a last resort. But Ven didn't like being manipulated. He had plans of his own.
Let me through.
He sabotaged the Mancer's little science project, set it to blow up in their faces. Imagine how Ven must have felt when they finally made him pull that trigger. But remember, the Bastion can fix everything.
Whoa.
We just need that shard.
There it is. Now.
Too bad the Ura ain't exactly been willing to collaborate on that front. For now, Kid had little choice but to pick up where the Calamity left off.
Whee!
First things first, though. There's someone we figured needed rescuing. Zia. The Ura fell back, no doubt planning the next move, but we knew ours already.
Did I finish anything? I did.
The country. She's all to pieces now, but still looking good. Nothing makes a gun so dangerous as a keen eye. There's something we had to do before going after that last shard.
We gotta rescue Zia.
Well, now it's personal, ain't it?
Oh, here's the last weapon I'm getting.
It's personal for him, and it's personal for me. He finds his moment to strike. They never saw him coming. He gets
Calamity
his hands
cannon.
on the care package I sent him. It's a little something I've been fixing up in my spare time. The Ura found a way to keep the calamity from spreading through Sultan's Hollow. They got their own security and everything. Pretty fancy, even. They've got these conductors that are all what's keeping the place together. Break enough of those things and the calamity rocks slink back into the ground. Those rocks are like tumors, the same kind the Ura planted in the Bastion. Well, the Ura must be in a panic right about now.
Yeah, I want to get rid of this. Give me back my gun.
Kid's done using the calamity's power for now, but the Ura ain't finished. They even sick their little rattletail pets on the kid.
Maybe I do need to use something else. We'll go back to the pike and... You know what? Let's just stick with the calamity cannon.
Those rodents are just a bump in the road. By now, every Ura from here to the terminals must know he's in town. They're easy targets. Most of the Ura's conductors are squared away in the middle of the hollow. Those calamity rocks must be eating that place apart from the inside. The Ura ain't pulling
Ow.
punches.
Are you fucking kidding me? Come on. This goddamn calamity cannon bullshit.
When the Ura attacked, we took it hard. And now? It's personal for him, and it's personal for me. They never saw him coming. He gets his hands on the care package I sent him. It's a little something I've been fixing up in my spare time. They got their own security and everything. Pretty fancy even. Still, they ain't used to having visitors around. They've got these conductors that are all what's keeping the place together. Break enough of those things and the calamity rocks slink back into the ground. Well, the Ura must be in a panic right about now. They even sick their little rattletail pets on the kid. Those rodents are just a bump in the road. By now, every Ura from here to the terminals must know he's in town. Most of the Ura's conductors are squared away in the middle of the hollow. They're easy targets. Those calamity rocks must be eating that place apart from the inside. The Ura ain't pulling.
Oh my god, there's fucking things. They're so annoying.
Hura keep hanging on to that barricade. After all, their homeland's not much farther. Maybe they know they've lost this. Lost to a kid. Some of them are downright bewildered by what's happening.
Ah!
They underestimated us. Had us pegged all wrong. Yes, our people caused the calamity, but here we are trying to fix it. Shame the opportunity for civilized discourse is over. Suppose old Zolf should have got to know us better. Maybe I should have trusted him. Told him everything I knew. Zolf, the Hura, they have every reason to be angry. Beyond angry. But when this is all over, it'll all be water under the bridge. As the hour grows desperate, the Hura bring out their big guns. There's nothing standing in his way no more. He sees the Tazzle terminals loom large on the horizon. Way out there on the edge of the world, that's where he finally finds you.
I'm here,
But it ain't
singer.
like Prosper Bluff this time. Ain't nothing for this gal to sing about now. Zia, you weren't kidnapped. No, ma'am. You just had to see what happened to the Hura. To your own people. You had to see if everything Zolf wrote to you was true. I don't need to see what happened to the Hura. I'm trying to undo it, remember? Sure you didn't drop that twangy thing on purpose? Just to see if he'd go after you? They lost everything, didn't they? But they just keep on fighting like that's gonna bring it all back. Long reach and plenty of power. Now that's a scary combination. First step to learning the Calamity Cannon is knowing about the machinery overrides.
Alright.
Once the kid gets that last shard from Zolf, it'll all be over. I can't hear him at all anymore. He's too far away. But he'll be all right. The Calamity hit the Tazzle terminals hardest of all. You know why Zolf went back there. All his old friends and family were there. Taken by the Calamity. Zolf must be there all alone, just waiting.
Oh, he fell.
You know what's funny? Well,
Level up.
look around. There's not much left to do here in the Bastion, I'm afraid. So why not tell each other stories to pass the time, right? But Zia, there's another reason I've been telling you all this.
Oh, so he's telling the story
When
to
the kid brings
Zia.
back that shard, the Bastion will be complete. What happens to Zolf will no longer matter. This disease the Earth planted here will go away.
Jeez, that was a lot of people.
Zealandia will be whole again. Everything will be back to normal. The problem is, we'll all be gone. Oh, we're not gonna die. It's more like all of this will just stop.
I guess I made it? Question mark?
Things will go back to the way they used to be. That's the power of the Bastion. This whole place is a living record of the times before the Calamity. The way things were before this story. Good times, right?
Oh. It just gives me the ability to hop finally.
You be your old self again. Think of all those times that didn't go your way. Little setbacks. Imagine if you could have another go at them. You follow me?
No. No.
No mistakes.
Just go.
Anyone you've ever heard. Everything you've ever done, you could do it over. And wouldn't that be grand? Wouldn't you agree? Well, I guess there's nothing more to say.
It's the final countdown.
Who am I kidding?
Where do I go? This way?
Look. There's something else. A confession.
Come on, I'm pressing X, man. Huh. Huh.
How come I know so much about the Bastion? Well, I designed the place, but that's beside the point.
Well, fuck.
There's one problem with a place that sets things back to a bygone time. You can't test it. So you're probably wondering if the calamity happened already. What's to stop it from happening again after the Bastion does its thing? The answer is...
You don't.
I don't know.
Oh.
You're one wondering if there ain't some other way out of this mess. It's all right. I can tell. But why would you even want another way? Unless you wanted to stay here with us. Well, that's sweet and all, but I don't know if I can stick around.
Oh.
The weight of the calamity. It's on our shoulders. We can't just let it go.
Get out of my way.
Bastion does have another function. Strictly speaking, if ever the monument blew out and we couldn't repair it, we could still evacuate. First, we'd round up as many folks as we could carry. Next, we'd detonate the cores, and we'd take off away from here. Of course, that would mean no going back. Ever. But then again, that way all of us could leave the city. Together. You know, Zolf and his countrymen won't be giving up that shard without a fight, don't you? Zolf and the Ura. All they want now is to see the Bastion fall. Zolf dedicated his life to a lasting peace between the Ura and Caelondia.
This thing's really strong.
He can't have imagined the city would try to wipe the Ura out. Zolf ain't lost every shred of decency though, has he?
I need to get right there.
He tried to warn you about his plans. He tried to warn the kid.
This thing is so heavy.
For Zolf, this ain't a personal matter. It ain't a simple matter of pride either.
I got it.
Thing's for sure. The Ura can't be happy that the kid followed Zolf all the way home.
I want to save him. He just doesn't understand what's happening.
I can see it now. The kid in one corner, and Zolf in the other. Ain't much of a fight. Don't you worry, though. Once the Bastion's restored, it'll all be alright. You ain't still thinking about that whole leaving the city thing, are you?
I set my sail, fly, the wind it will take me
I'm gonna get you out of here, bud.
home, sweet home.
We're gonna get out of here.
Lie on my back,
It's right there. I can see the end.
clouds are making way for me.
Ugh.
I'm coming home.
Oh, I have to go all the way around? Oh, God.
I see your star, you left it burning for me. Mother, I'm here. Eyes open wide.
Kid's probably dealt with Zolf by now.
We are
He
leaving.
reminds me of myself when I was his age. I ever tell you about those days? Hey, kid.
I'm okay. Uh-oh. I can't get up.
Get up, kid. Come on, that ain't funny. I said get up.
I'm trying, man.
That's more like it. Now, set that shard into the monument there. Then we'll talk. The Bastion. It's finally finished. Now, there's something I want you to see. Welcome to the heart of the Bastion. I ain't one for long goodbyes, so here's the deal. Zia and I figure you done the heavy lifting, so you get to do the honors. We can tell you how to work this thing if you got any questions.
You made it. So, let's see. You can either prevent the calamity, or stick around with me and Rex. I'd hate to be in your shoes. If I could be any place I wanted, I'd stay right here. We could go anywhere in the world. Zolf tried to talk me into joining him. I tried to talk him out of it. I guess we both failed. When I finally found my people, I told them we could help. They just took me for a traitor. Glad you showed up. Any moment I'd want to live again happened after the calamity, not before.
Hey, kid. You can undo the calamity here and now. Go on, kid. And before I forget, thank you. Always wondered what the motherland was like. Not that it matters anymore. Zolf only brought more ruin to the Ura. No wonder they didn't take kindly to him. You've got one thing left to do, so you hang on to that badge. Besides, you earned it. Don't let anything you've done get to you. You can save all those creatures here and now.
Let's do... Let's do that.
Oh, mother. I figured you'd had enough of me by now. You could have undone the calamity itself, but instead you want to stay in a world like this. I gotta admit, kid, I ain't yet put much thought in that idea of carrying on with you here. We can't go back no more, but I suppose we could go wherever we please. And if anyone's left out there, I sure would like to see the look on their faces when we dock this thing right on that doorstep. Getting ahead of myself, though. I'm gonna need a first mate. What do you say?
I set myself fly the wind it will take me back to my home, sweet home.
Alright, and that's Bastion. Hope y'all enjoyed this playthrough. It was a fun little playthrough. Short, but fun. I enjoyed it a lot. The music was great. I'm wondering what the other endings would be. I'm probably going to look them up after this. That was very interesting, so stay tuned for the next playthrough on the channel. See you there.